features are rare but beautiful, instantly recognizable. There are two types of small, delicate face, one soft and one sharp. Today we are breaking down Ingenue and Gamine Essence. My name is Ellie-Jean, I'm a personal stylist, and on this channel we use body types to elevate our personal style and end the war with our wardrobes. Essences is a theory developed by a man called John Kitchener. There are 7 essences: dramatic, natural, gamine, classic, ingenue, romantic, and ethereal. In that order, from yang to yin. And the idea is that you would echo the lines of your facial structure with your clothing. So if your face is soft and delicate, you would wear clothes that were soft and delicate. Essence is roughly 80% face type and 20% body types, so it's not quite as clean as Essence is face types. We all have combinations of essences, usually around 3 dominant ones, but Kitchener does it by percentages, so you could be like 60% ingenue, 10% something else, 15% something else. I'm not very good at maths, but that's the principle. My top 3 are ethereal, classic, and ingenue. And of course you may not have ingenue or gamine, you may have a completely different combination of the 7 essences, but these are the 2 we're focusing on today. Gamine and ingenue often get confused, and often people don't really know the difference. But they're actually on opposite ends of the yin to yang spectrum. So ingenue is more yin, gamine is more yang. So gamine is more sharp, ingenue is more soft. They often get confused because they're associated with the pixie-like face. But actually, the pixie-like faces that you see are often a combination of both gamine and ingenue, which is where that complication comes from. These faces are small, delicate, youthful, slightly sharp. So they have a combination of both those things. But you can also mix ingenue and gamine with other essences and very clearly see the difference. For example, you could mix ingenue with romantic and create something which is not pixie-like at all, like Marilyn Monroe, where you can really see that sweet sensuality, and you can see that very much lack of cheeky playfulness that the gamine brings. And on the other hand, you could mix gamine with a type which isn't ingenue, like dramatic, and end up with a face like Susan Sarandon. I'm not going to go through all of the combinations today, but let me know in the comments if you see any faces in the examples I'm about to give you which you think are combined with a different essence. So, gamine essence. Let's go through the face types. So, gamine faces are sharp. They often have large round eyes, and that's what they're known for, but this is not always necessarily the case. They have sharp jawlines, low foreheads sometimes, small faces, and they seem the essence of this essence is this cheeky playfulness, often described as boyishness, but I'm not sure quite how accurate that is. It's often what we associate it with. But yeah, this playful, rebellious, joyful, but slightly sneaky kind of feel from their face. You feel like they've got something up their sleeve, like an imp. Gamines look their most elegant and their most harmonious, their most natural in pieces which honor this yin-yang contrast. So just to explain, the yin-yang contrast in a gamine facial feature is those large round eyes contrasted with the sharpness in their facial features. So they look really good in playful and rebellious clothes like just discussed, and this, you can create this kind of effect through kind of things like buttons, details, cuffs. Basically, the more detail, the better. So contrast, what I mean by contrast is, say, a white top and black trousers, but it could also mean something like a pattern. So you can see that there's lots of contrasting colors going on there. And also patterns, but also multiple patterns. So different types of pattern in one outfit is gonna look very natural and at ease on a gamine. Layering, sharp collars. I've seen things like trainers be mentioned, and that's coming back to that boyish, teenagery kind of feel. Mix of colors, mix of textures, mix of sizes. So basically a mix of things, lots of things going on, and everything should also be tight and compact. Ingenue essence, on the other hand, is very delicate, youthful, little rounded. So it lacks the sharp elements that a gamine has. Everything is small and rounded on an ingenue face. So they'll usually have like a round face shape, large round eyes. Again, you can see where that gets confused. They'll often have very small, little delicate noses, slightly lush lips, low cheekbones, low foreheads, and sometimes they'll have foreheads which are slightly large and rounded, kind of like a baby's, if that makes sense. So If you've ever seen someone where you've said you have a baby face, you probably have Ingenue Essence. So Ingenues look really amazing in delicate, what we think of as feminine, little pretty kind of styles. So bows, ruffles, frills, lightweight fabrics, the color pink, and other lush, soft colors like pastels, round patterns like love hearts, florals, polka dots, dresses and skirts, round buttons, sweetheart necklines, and small and delicate details. Now, a lot of people are very afraid of Ingenue Essence, I feel, because a lot of people don't want to dress like a little girl. They think it's going to make them look more like a little girl.
You look like Pippi Longstocking.
You look like Forrest Gump.
But you do it in a subtle way, so you don't include all of these things at once because you're going to look like a Lolita doll off a little girl's bed, and no one wants to do that. But just one or two details are going to make you look actually a lot more mature, because your facial features will stand out against this, rather than trying to wear something more mature like a blazer, which is actually going to deaden your features and not let you shine and radiate as the powerful woman that you are. I hope that that has helped to clear up difference. I feel like this is quite a short video, but hopefully you found it helpful. If you want me to help you find your essence, head to bodyandstyle.com and I can help you do that. If you've enjoyed this video, I think you'll enjoy my playlist on essences. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.